Nani here. Welcome back to my channel. You can call me Nani. God, I have this glare in my glasses. Alright, I know I bitch about it every time. Okay, so it's been a minute, and I kind of have to hurry because Kelly's going to be home soon. And then when he gets here, we are going for surgery. I'm getting surgery. So the short story is, I mean, do I ever really tell short stories though? You know what I mean? Basically, all the last set of X-rays that I showed you guys, I think on my last, oh, I've got one that's horrendous. Let me see. My iPad's probably not working. But oh, hi dear. It's my armpit. Enjoy it. Let me see if my thing will come on. Hold on. I know this is so stimulating. What, bitch, what are you doing? Sorry. I should be more professional, but I'm not, so. I know this. Stop. I will murder you. Okay. I hate this thing. Okay, so now the last time, I know you guys didn't see these. So the last time I went to my first doctor, Dr. W, that's what we're going to call him. Or Dr. Shitty, whatever. Okay. So this was the top of my foot. Not sure how well you can. I know I did it last time in a way that you could kind of see it. Like that. Okay. And then this, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you in any closer. Okay, so let me blow this up for you. So hopefully you can see what it looks like inside. I can't. Okay, we're going to do this. We can do this. It's so frustrating. Hello. Oh! Okay, that. Do you see how fucked up that looks? See how everything just looks shattered and like it's floating around in jello? That's my foot. Now, I asked him the last time, okay, that I was there, I know these have to be in here. Where are they? I know. Okay. So the last time that I was there, he took, you know, this x-ray from the top. And I have to be honest with you, the first picture that I showed you guys of the top of my foot, to me, looks worse than this picture from a month ago. Okay? And then this is the view from the kind of like the side or the bottom. Like they just have you turn your foot to where you're laying your foot on its side but on the big toe. You know what I mean? And so I know you can see how jacked up that is. And I always refer to that as the bottom view. And so, you know, perhaps I'm wrong in that sense. Like, because I'm not an orthopedic surgeon. Okay, girlfriend, we're going to have to, you're just going back over there. Okay, so, anyway, I asked him, I was like, well, can I get a view, like, from the bottom of my foot? Like, here's even a different bottom of my foot view. It's a little bit different than the other one. Okay. But the guy told me this last time when I went, when he just showed me the top view and the side view, I have to tell you, when I was looking at the side view and I saw all the bones that looked like they were just sitting in there floating in jello, like, I don't know if you ever, I'm from the 80s. I mean, I was born in the 60s, but I grew up in the 80s. And my grandma would always make this horrific, it's called a jello mold, okay? And it's where they have it like a mold. It's like a bundt cake, but they put jello in it. And it's usually like a, I don't remember what color jello my grandma would use, but let's just say, I don't know, yellow. And then she would slice up carrots, but like in like shredded cheese, but it's carrots. I guess they made, I don't know what that thing is that you use when you make things into things, different shapes. I don't know words. So anyway, when I was looking at that view, oh, and she put raisins in it too. It was gross. Anyway, I'm sorry, Grandma. I love you. Anyway, so when I saw the jello foot, I was like, so it's been since June 20th, and this is now September 2nd. I'm not really seeing any improvement. It looks like, what's the opposite of improvement? An unimprovement? Disimprovement? I don't know. I used to know these things, but, you know. And so that alarmed me. But then when I said, well, like, where's the picture that you had last time that's kind of like the bottom of my foot? And he said, it would look exactly the same as the one from the top of your foot. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And that's when all the alarm bells went off, and I was like, okay, so we're getting a second opinion. And of course I took this to my group, because of course I'm in a Facebook broken foot, broken ankle group, because Mama loves her groups. And honestly, guys, if you have a chronic illness or any kind of ailment, don't ever take anybody's story and use it as medical, not medical, I don't want to say the word medical advice, but like, always discuss it with your doctor, use your best judgment, that kind of thing. But being in these support groups is so helpful. Like, there's nothing that these people could have told me that was dangerous. Like, if they had told me, oh no, it looks great, you should start getting up and around and walking on it. I know enough to know, okay, I'm not feeling super secure in that decision. Let me talk to my doctor about it. And then I would follow his instructions. So that's what I mean. But a support group is so great, because I immediately, when I got home, I showed them the latest, and I'd never had a side view before, which is what I call the jello shot. That's funny. If any of you know what I'm talking about, comment a picture of a jello shot. Anyway, and if you don't, go Google it and make some, honey, okay? They're divine. Okay, so I went to my support group, and I was like, I'm really kind of not, like, I'm not feeling super confident in this doctor. And they were like, you need to get a new doctor, you need to go to the hospital, you need to get an attorney. Like, all kinds of things. So that was September 2nd. So I called immediately that day and called another, the specialist closest to me that I could see. And I was like, listen, I need a second opinion, and I need it fast. And I actually felt guilty, because I was like, I don't know how other doctors feel about other people coming to them for second opinions, because that would mean that I could possibly get a second opinion on his opinion. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But anyway, they were totally cool about it, and they were able to fit me in. Hello? The following week, which was last week, I think, right? Yes. So, ow, oh my God. This office was completely different. This guy just specializes in foot and ankle. It's just him. And his staff was great. But they also treated me differently. Like in the other guy's office, it's an orthopedic association kind of thing. So it's a large office with every doctor there specializing in a different part of the body, like the spine, the neck, the shoulders. I had a different guy for my shoulders, then I had a different guy for the feet, all that. And they would just, it felt like you were being just churned through like cattle, you know what I mean? And I always felt that way, but I was like, well, I mean, I do my research, guys. Like, when I say I do research, hold on, I'm trying to do two things at once per usual. So when I say I do research, like, I Google the shit out of everybody. I actually read all of the reviews. I mean, this guy had 500, so no, I didn't read 500. I'm talking about Dr. W, the first guy, Dr. Shitty. I didn't, but I read a lot of the reviews, and out of a score of 5, he had a 4.9%, and that was 500, whatever the word is for things. I don't know, 500 reviews. So I was like, okay, well, I'm getting the creme de la creme. And the second doctor I went to, Dr. H, when I told him who it was, he was like, oh, he's very well renowned. And I was like, I'm telling you, like, I can show you, like, I'm his patient. You can call and get the files yourself. Like, I'm not making this shit up, you know. Hold on, because I've also got to take my medicine, and I don't know if I can. Okay, look at the pretty ceiling. Sorry. I'll be right there. Wish I could sing you a song, but I can't think of one, and I'm done now. We're back. Okay. So, well, kind of back. Sorry, I have to chew my pills now because my mouth is so dry. And I don't know what's going on with the manufacturers of pills these days, but they've, I guess to cut corners, they've just stopped coating pills, and there's no coating. So the minute I put it in my mouth, it turns into like this chalky mess that doesn't want to go down. So anyway, I gotta, we're almost done, guys. Hold on. I'm so sorry. And then you just have these fun little chunks of pills that find their ways into each little crevice of your teeth. Isn't this stimulating? Okay, sorry. So anyway, so then I went to see Dr. H, and he was like, his reaction, I've never seen a doctor like this. He was like, I'm pissed. I'm actually pissed about this. You know, first he listened to what I had to say. He actually spent time with me while he was sitting in his chair, just listening to me intently, telling him about my experience. And I'm sure when he heard Dr. W's name, he was like, okay, well, this is probably going to be a clear-cut case of she's just, you know, maybe a little skittish or whatnot, but, you know. And so then he had the x-rays done. And when he came back, he was just like, you could tell on his face, he was like, I am shocked. And he basically just said, I'm so sorry to tell you this, but you need surgery. And he told me that the bones are ununited, or I don't know, whatever. He said basically they've become their own bone. So they've encapsulated themselves and become their own bone. And so they're never gonna, like Dr. W made it sound like they're gonna find their way to each other like long lost lovers or something. I was just like, okay, but I don't fucking bones work, so great, all right. And so he's going to have to re-break the bones that were already broken, because they're like encapsulated, but then on one's on top of the other now, kind of thing, which I can't show you because I only have one hand, but I guess like this, but like attached or something. I don't know. So he has to like re-break it, and then he's gonna have to put a plate in there, like a metal, or I guess titanium plate, with screws and all that fun stuff. And my body doesn't usually do well with anything non-organic that I put inside of it. And I'm not talking about like organic veggies. I'm talking about like, even when I've gotten like root canals and stuff like that, like I always have a bad reaction to that kind of stuff. And the fact that like he's going to put me in a cast, like an actual cast, which I've never had before. And I am very freaked out about that, because that feels so claustrophobic to me, like binding. The beauty of the boot is that whenever I want, I can take my foot out of the boot and give it air, move the ankle around a little bit. Like, I can't move my feet. I don't walk on it. I never ever walk on it unless I was at Dr. W's office, where they were more than happy to have me walk all the way across his huge ass building, which is like probably 7,000 square feet. I'm not saying I traversed the entire 7,000 square feet, but I'm saying it was a lot of walking for someone who has essentially, my foot is just as broken as the first day I broke it. And his advice to me during our last appointment, the one that made me decide I am absolutely going to get a second opinion, my face is so splotchy. What is going on? It's really distracting me. I'm so sorry. It's probably distracting you too. But anyway, he told me that he wants me to go out. My husband was wearing a pair of these, except, men's size, Skechers. And I was wearing, I usually, what I love is a cute little white tennis shoe with a thin sole. I like them. They're cute. I don't do a lot of walking, and it kind of, I guess, takes me back to Keds. And I've just always liked a cute, just a little simple white shoe ever since I was a little girl. Of course, my mother forbade me to wear white shoes after Labor Day. She's one of those bitches, okay? Not that, I'm not saying my mom's a bitch. I love her, but there's also some issues. But anyway, so he told me to get me a pair of, my husband happened to be wearing a pair of these shoes. Okay, and he said, go and get yourself something like this that has a thicker base, and start walking. Start walking in tennis shoes on my broken ass foot, after seeing the bones floating in Jello. He told me to get. So Girl. So I did. I went and I got the the shoes because I'm a good little patient. And I thought, well, at least it'll be good for foot number 2, or non-broken foot, or whatever. So what was I saying? Ooh, you gotta take a shot. Yeah, so he told me I need to just start walking. He said that because he could tell in my face, because when he said I need to start wearing shoes and start walking, I went like, and he goes, I know that you're, a little gun shy. You can have another week in the boot, but then that's it. You have to start. The boot is going to start hindering your progress and your healing, okay? It's going to make things worse, and blah, 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 all this bullshit. And I was like, I think you're making things worse. Whatever. So, anyway, I am having surgery tomorrow. I'm absolutely terrified because, when you have small fiber neuropathy and fibromyalgia, and you have something so invasive as a surgery, it can cause major flares throughout your whole body, right? So, and you're already dealing with surgical pain, like post-surgical pain. And even if, so like, for example, when Kelly would put like, when Kelly would put, for instance, I put ace bandage on my, ankle and stuff to kind of, like make it tighter or more secure or whatever. When he would even barely touch the tips of my toes with his t-shirt, I would like just shriek and be like, because it felt so weird. Like, it felt tickly and tingly and just not, I didn't like it. It felt really uncomfortable and weird. And okay, if you guys don't stop. Anyway, I will murder every single one of you. Stop. God. Anyway. So yeah, I'm having surgery on my foot tomorrow. I am terrified. I hate going to hospitals. I hate getting IVs. I hate needles. I hate the smells and the sounds and then every time I have general anesthesia, I vomit profusely. Now, of course, there won't be anything in my stomach because you can't eat like after midnight, but I vomit up bile for a while, and then finally I just dry heave, and it's 24 hours of that, and it's It's, it's so, this fucking, ugh, stop. Keep getting these like thug life group chat fucking things for my Facebook, and it's driving me nuts. Anyway, so yeah, so I have to have surgery tomorrow, and of course, and then I'm worried about like when I wake up how much pain I'm gonna be in. They do a nerve block. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I don't know, you know, they're gonna give me, I asked him about, you know, pain medication, and he said yes, but he only does 30 days because he's not a pill mill. And that just is always so offensive to me, because I'm like, look, dude, I am not looking to get high, okay? I am looking to not want to fucking murder myself, okay? Like, I can deal with I can deal with a certain amount of pain. I've been doing so for 6 years. But like, when you're already in pain throughout your whole body, and then you have surgery, and the surgery is, I just, I don't know. I'm just really stressing. And, I don't know. I hate having surgery. I absolutely hate it. I hate the whole process, the IV and the... I asked them to do lidocaine so the IV won't hurt so bad. We don't do lidocaine. It's just like, why don't you do lidocaine? Like, why? Why? It's a double stick. I don't give a fuck if it's a double stick. I don't care. It's a quick stick. It doesn't hurt that bad. And it makes the IV not hurt at all. So give me the fucking lidocaine stick. We don't do that here. Okay, fine. And the whole pill mill thing, and like, I hate being treated like I'm a fucking junkie. It's just like, I just don't want to be in excruciating pain. Like, I don't know why people don't understand. Like, why does me not wanting to be in excruciating pain make me a junkie? You know, like, just, it's normal for people to not want to be in excruciating pain, is it not? So, but luckily I'm getting it done. My insurance is supposed to run out the end of this month, so luckily I'm getting it done before the insurance runs out. And because I'm gonna have aftercare, I had to go ahead and extend the insurance, so that means I had to get some of my 401k out, and so that I could, you know, extend the insurance and blah 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 blah. And I have to try to remember to like do all this, because I, for whatever reason, I couldn't do it. It's just a clusterfuck. I couldn't, like I had to make the changes, like, of who I wanted to remove from the plan, which is my husband and my daughter. I didn't want to, but to continue it, it would have been like $1,900 a month. And for me, it would just be like $600. And so I'm just going to do it for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. But, yeah, so anyway, I'm getting surgery. That means another, he said I'm gonna be I can't walk for 2 months. Like, it's like I'm starting all over again. I can't walk for 2 fucking months. At best. Like, oh, Andy might have to do a bone graft. And if he does have to do a bone graft, that means I may not be able to walk for even longer. So, that's great news. And then another reason why it took me so long to make a video about, like, you know, giving you guys an update on my foot and, like, just my chronic illness and all that is, I just had you know, when you have a chronic illness, with it comes, like, because of my, God, everything just looks red and splotchy. Because of my, you know, you guys know that I was sexually assaulted as a child, for 7 years, and by my adopted dad, and, like, you know, I have PTSD from that. I have DID from that. I have anxiety, and all of the, and I have ADHD, and all of those things, cause you to have memory issues, and as does chronic illness. You know, like brain fog. It just causes, all of it combined causes, you know, memory issues, memory lapses. And for 5 years, you know, my mom was like, 5 years since I've been sick, she was really, you know, supportive and loving, and you know, made me the executor of her will. And I mean, I have an older stepbrother, but her and my stepdad decided to make me the executor because the older stepbrother didn't live here, and I would be the one, you know, caring for them in their old age and all that, which of course I'm happy to do. And so I went over to her house. You know, I hadn't been going over there very much because broken foot. It's hot as fuck right now in Texas. Like, getting out in the heat, just anything that's extreme, just, it just makes my chronic illness, I just flare. I flare so bad. And so, you know, I spend a lot of time just hanging out in bed, binging whatever fucking shows I want to watch. So I went over to her house one day, and she had a Christmas tree it was like the height of a 4 or 5-year-old, right? It was a small Christmas tree, but it was on like this credenza thing, and it was really cute and pretty. And I was like, I go, what's this? Like, why do you have a Christmas tree? Because this was like July or August. And she was like, don't you remember? Like, the reason we had it up was because, and basically what happened was that because of COVID, my mom has COPD. There was no vaccine at the time. I, refused to go over to her house for the holidays. I was like, no, I'm not doing it because you could die. Because I love her, and that's what you do when you love people. You try to keep them alive as long as possible. And I just said, look, you do what you want to do. If you want to have the kids over, if you want to do whatever, but I'm not going to be a part of it. Because I won't be able to live with myself if I come over and have COVID and don't know it and give it to you, and then you end up in the hospital and you end up dying in a hospital, suffering, basically dry drowning, alone, like completely alone. Like, there's no way I could live with that. And it's funny because I would never allow my children to live with something like that. Like, I would just be like, no, baby, it's totally fine. I don't know. I would never want to put that on you. Oh, my mom is so different. She and I are so different. So, anyway, God, I forgot what I was saying. Take a shot. What the fuck was I saying? Shit. So I saw the Christmas tree and I was like, I don't know, what is this? And I was like, oh, yeah. She was like, we decided to leave it up because, we missed the Christmas, and so we were going to kind of do the Christmas thing whenever we all got together in the summer, whenever the cases went down. And so we did, but I just completely forgot, like, okay, what is this for? Because that was in April, and this was like July, or August. So, I think it was August. So, then I go in her room, and I see these 2 lamps. And she's in there, and I'm like, oh my God, I love your lamps. They're so cute. Are they new? And the reason I remarked on them is because they're like, it's like I can't explain them. They're like, so you know how a normal lamp is like this? You know what I mean? Just like the shade, the lamp shade is just like round and whatever, like this. Well, hers were like smushed to where they were like this thin. And I was like, oh my God, your lamps are so cute. And she goes, I go, when did you get them? And she was like, I've had them for 15 years. I'm like, oh, okay. Big fucking deal, right? Like, who fucking cares? Well, then, when I'm leaving, as I'm in the car, she starts texting me about how she is thinking about making someone else the executor. Like my son or whatever. And I'm like, why? I'm the executor. And she's like, well, I just think, blah, 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 blah. And finally, it came down to where she was like, You didn't remember what the Christmas tree was. You didn't remember my lamps. I don't even know who you are anymore. And I just was like, what? It was so crushing. Like, so, like, in this entire 6 years that I've been sick, I've been very blessed to where, I mean, obviously I've had people in my life, but like co-workers and stuff like that have said stupid shit to me where I'm like, oh my God, you just need to eat more kale and you'll be fine. You know, that kind of shit. But nobody else, like in my immediate family, has ever said anything to me but like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I love you so much. If there's anything you need, please let me know. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Like, you know, including my mom. And then she says this thing and I'm like, what? It just broke me. Like, it broke me. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't make any videos, because I just went into a super deep depression, thinking very, very dark thoughts. And I'm sure you know where I'm going with this. And because I'm just like, so I don't even know how to explain it. It was just so, it was devastating. Like when your mom says to you, I don't even know who you are anymore. It's not like I'm on crack. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a chronic illness. I have memory issues. I've told you about this. She's never once taken the time to research small fiber neuropathy, chronic illness, invisible illness, join a group, find out what it's like for these patients. Nothing. She's just been like, you know, trying to, twice she's basically forced me to go see her kidney doctor that she used to work for, and he's told her, like, Linda, I can't help her. She doesn't have kidney problems. I don't specialize in neurological issues. Like, but because she loved him so much and thought he was so great, which he is, he's a great doctor, but like, again, he's not a neurologist. It just, I mean, that just, so that's one of the reasons why I haven't posted or done a video. I just was so like, what is the point of doing anything anymore? Like, I'm just a complete useless piece of shit, I guess. Like, you know. So, anyway. You know, she wants to go to mother-daughter counseling, which we do need. And for me, it's, you know, she thinks we need it for her to fix me. I know we need it for her to come to reality of what my life has been in the past and is like today. Like, listen, I mean, there's like a whole bunch of stuff, but like, basically, you took me away from my birth father and moved to another state with a pedophile that sexually abused me for 7 years. He then left you because I guess I got too old for him. You then married a man that was verbally, emotionally, and mentally abusive to me and his own son, and threatened physical violence, and then did something that was so horrific that I don't remember it at all. I have no recollection. My mom told me about this one time. He chased me around the neighborhood and I was screaming and crying hysterically. I have no recollection of this, even after she told me. I don't remember it at all. And, you know, and then when I got to a certain age, you know, when I was 15, I told her what my second dad did. He's my adopted dad. So, yay, his name's forever on my birth certificate. And so I told her that when I was 15, what happened, which she somehow took to mean he just like made a pass at me. I then told her later, like, because I didn't really want to go into detail, but I was like, just basically whatever you guys did together, he tried with me. Okay? Just, that's all I'm going to say. And even after that, like, she still seemed to not get it, which I think I made it pretty clear. But my third dad, when I was 16 and starting to develop, started making what I thought was inappropriate comments, like, especially coming from having just been sexually assaulted for 7 years. I was starting to think, oh shit, it's happening again. So I ran away from home and went and lived with my boyfriend. You know, didn't graduate high school. Like, I was terrified. We have since, you know, reconciled our relationship. He has changed, and I give him grace because he has changed. He's a different person now. And he was, as a child, very, very verbally, emotionally, mentally, and horrifically physically abused. Horrifically. And I'm not excusing his behavior, but I know where it comes from. And like I said, he's changed. He's a totally different man. So I just... And, like, even when I told her, like, because, you know, my husband's looking for a job. He's still out of a job. I told her, I was like, you know, if he gets a job, I'm going to have to come stay with you. And even then she was like, we're going to have to take turns sleeping on the sofa bed. Because she has this huge, she's like an 85-pound woman sleeping on a California King Tempur-Pedic bed by herself. She makes my dad sleep on a twin bed in another room because he snores. And she's like, well, we're going to have to take turns sleeping on the sofa bed. I'm like, I have a chronic pain condition. I'm way heavier than you. And I will have not just a broken foot because I have to re-break it, but a foot that just had surgery on it. I'm going to be in a lot of pain and discomfort. You can't just let me have the bed for a couple months. Like, I would sleep on fucking rocks if my children needed me to. You know what I mean? Like, it just boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. So, anyway, that's the shit I've been dealing with. That's why I didn't make a video sooner, because I've been super depressed. I've been super just thinking really bad thoughts. I was thinking about going into a mental institution because of the really bad thoughts I was thinking, but I knew that this foot thing had to be taken care of. Like, I can't put it off any longer. It's just going to make it worse the longer I put it off. So, and I think that also has been part of what, because you already, when you have a chronic illness, can't do the things that you used to do physically, but then the boot and the broken foot thing adds another layer to that of like, oh, now I can do even less. And it's even harder for me to do the things that I do. So it's, you know, it's a clusterfuck. But I know by this time next year, I'm going to be fine. I will definitely keep you guys updated on this situation with my foot and with my health. Sorry. I thank you so much for watching. We're almost at 100 subscribers. Yay! I thank you so much for that. It does make me feel better to know that there's people out there that I can vent to and that listen to me and understand me. Because when the people in your own life, like your own mom, doesn't... I still can't get past the whole, I don't even know who you are anymore. It's like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I'm your daughter. That's all you need to know. Like, I'm your fucking daughter. That's it. That's all you need to know. Yeah, I had a pretty big sobbing breakdown when that happened. Yeah. Sometimes parents can really suck. But anyway, that's it for now, guys. I am going to pack it up. The surgery center is quite far from our house and from the doctor's office. I'm not sure why. So we're gonna stay at a hotel. And I'm having surgery tomorrow, so any prayers and good energy, however you roll, if you could send it my way for a successful surgery that doesn't end in more shitty issues or whatever, and not a lot of pain, that would be great. I would appreciate that. So that's it. I'm going to let y'all go. I hope you have a beautiful day. And I will talk to you maybe tomorrow, but maybe not because surgery. But I'll catch up with you in a few days if I remember, which I may or may not. It's a, you know, whatever they call that, a crapshoot? I don't know. But anyway, have a beautiful day. Talk to you soon.